We here, we live, we live. You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing this video, whether religiously or in passing. I got my guy over here, man, Young Jers, Hype Fan Jers. You already know, man. We live in studio right now, and we just watched a crazy game, man. We about to get into it. This definitely hype talk right here because we gonna get hyped and we about to talk for real. We about to talk. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you share it on Twitter, YouTube, wherever you can share that. You can say your handles because you know you can't show your handles up here.
Yeah, you can follow me on Young Jers. That's Young YUNG_JERZ 973 on Twitter. And that's what you can continue to follow and everything.
You already know, man. So first of all, where you want to start off at, man? You know, all right, let me intro. Yeah. Okay, so we came in, right? It was two undefeated teams, right? Before any game has been played today, it was two undefeated teams, right? It is no longer two. What's going on, Drew? It is no longer two undefeated teams, right? San Fran lost today, and Philly lost today. I just want to start by that, right? You want to chime in before we get into the meat and potatoes real quick?
Man, like just going on to piggyback off of that. I just was hoping that we would at least have 1 week to be the only team undefeated, but I guess that couldn't happen. But you know, it is what it is. That happens in the NFL.
Yeah, man, it is. What look, as you can see, the Eagles got me drinking out of a whole bottle right now. You know what I'm saying? They got me drinking out of a whole bottle, but. Let's get into it, man. So that way, you know, we could break down the game. You know, what I mean? We could go through the game and then we could talk our mess afterwards, right? So, first quarter, you know what I mean? We come out, everything looking good. You know what I mean? Everything looking good. Jalen Hurts looking good. He had an amazing pass to who was that? AJ Brown on the sideline when he stiff armed like 3 people and threw the ball. You know, we going down there. Everything looking good. You know what I mean? First quarter looking good. Second quarter, you know, still a little choppy and everything like that. Leading up to like the third and the fourth quarter, that's when we really couldn't really push the ball like that. And what I mean by push the ball is we really couldn't create anything offensively. Like we was getting a little plays here and there off, but we really couldn't create anything. It was our defense during the second half. Our defensive line was holding everything down, right? So. From my perspective, the play calling, and I'm sure he could agree, the play calling it's something going on with this whole play calling situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand, but first quarter we was good, second quarter we was okay, third quarter we was fourth quarter we hit downhill. You know what I mean? So that's my you know me eye testing from quarter 1 through 4. How you feel?
Nah, I feel like, I agree with what you're saying. Like, first quarter, we came out and it looked like Brian Johnson had something dialed in. Like, you know, he was moving the chains, like we was talking about we needed to do. You know, do a lot of check downs. We get 5 to 6 yards just to keep things positive, keep going on, keep the running game active and everything. We did that in the first half. You know, the defense, look, in the first half, they was a little struggling a little bit, but they did enough. You know, and we were just moving the chains. Like we pick up scores and everything. But I don't know, for some reason on the second half, he went away from that. He felt like he needed to change something. But like, I don't get it. What Brian Johnson was trying to do, because it felt like Hurts was too long, staying in the pocket too long, trying to find something instead of continue to just get 4 to 5 yards, move the chains, and keep because they talked about before this game going how to defeat us, and exactly what they said how to defeat us. That's what happened. Is get us in position of having third and long plays, and that's what we end up having in that second half, third and long plays, and it's because he was trying to. I felt like Brian Johnson with the play calling, trying to do too much, trying to get downfield. It's like they want to have games that we throw the ball all the way, deep passes. If we have no games with no deep passes, that's okay. If we dick and dunking and doing check downs all through the whole game, if we win like that, that's okay. But it's not like we looking for a win like that through the whole season. But even if we win like that with the whole season, as long as you win, why is you trying to make something, do something? I think it's something with his mindset of trying to prove something that don't need to be proven. Just continue to go with what's working. continue to do it. If you see the defense dropping back and you have a play downfield, then do it. But continue that check down, continue to dial those plays in that was working. And then after going towards the second half, when I didn't like that play calling, when we supposed to run the time out, why is you doing the pass play? Why is you passing at that time? What was the point?
We're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. I agree with you, right? I agree with you with this. Why would you get away from running the ball? It seemed like we actually played how they wanted us to play. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Johnson didn't do a great job adjusting. Like, listen, I understand we paid Jalen Hurts X amount of money, but at the same time, it's like, yo, it's a time and a place to play hero ball. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they was trying to make him look like the hero in certain situations, and it's like, yo, on top of that, it's mad blame to go around the board. Devontae Smith dropped two passes. Passes. We could have easily had a first down on one of those. I think it was the second drop. We could have had a first down, but he dropped it. The first time it was a good pass. He dropped it. Kenneth Gainwell dropped one on the sideline. The Jalen Hurts interception to Dallas Goedert. That was crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So,
Drew was saying something.
Let me go to the comments real quick. Let me see what Drew's saying. First one, he said, "Yeah, no liquor here, but going to the gym and work off frustration. For me, it was bad breaks. Smitty dropped first down. Gainwell dropped first down. AJ dropped touchdown. Dallas Goedert to an interception. Swift fumble. Yeah, it was a whole list of things. Listen, don't AJ Brown 100-something yards. Don't let that 100-something yards fool y'all, man, because we didn't listen. Everything was sloppy on the offensive side, and everything was sloppy.
It was a sloppy game.
It was a sloppy game.
We had one of those last year when we versus the Commanders. The second time we played them, that was a sloppy game. Only thing that was different in the game, the quarterback wasn't included. But this game, Hurts was included into the sloppy game of this season. Dealing with this game because he was fairly, but it's a lot of things that he could have did better on his side too. And I feel like that's what makes the difference with him. His bad decision, his bad things that he's doing is the coach and the guidance above him. I feel like when we was under what was our offensive coordinator last year? I keep forgetting his name.
He the head coach for the Colts. Shane Steichen.
I feel like what Shane's had dialed up with him was working and allowed him to not make mistakes as back because of the play calling that he was throwing out. I feel like the play calling that Brian Johnson is throwing out is putting a lot of pressure on Hurts. To allow him is making him making bad decisions and making him making mistakes. It's because of he got to audible. He got to do everything to go beyond Brian Johnson play calling. And then a lot of times when he don't do it these situations happens. Like I feel like that was the time of doing the audible and play calling to go beyond Brian Johnson's decision of passing it. And that should have been a running game. Like I just don't understand. I just don't understand those type of situations. But it just to me is a whole, like you said, it was a whole lot of blame. Whole lot of blame going around that. It was just a sloppy game that caused us to lose, and it was just one of those games.
And one thing I said, I like when Hurts roll out of the pocket, but sometimes you can roll out of the pocket too much and miss a throw. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he had to escape out of the pocket because the offensive line was just breaking down. He can't go nowhere. But a lot of times you don't need to roll out because you might roll out and your guy might be right there that you need to throw the ball to. Sometimes you don't have to roll out. You know, it seemed like every play he was just rolling out left, rolling out right, rolling out left, like he was just scrambling left, right, and then making a throw on a run or something like that. And a lot of times, sometimes you just got to stand in that pocket. A lot of times he did. But a lot of times you didn't have to, you know what I mean? But just overall,
only not to be to cut you off. Only fairness, I get that slightly. Like I go back into what I'm saying about throwing out on the play call and everything. Sometimes when you feel the pressure coming and you want to stay in the pocket and get that ball out, but you don't see your receivers is getting open in time that you could get out, because sometimes you could wait too long thinking I can throw the ball what happened when he grabbed his arm in that interception, that fumble, is because he waited and he was gonna wait in the throw, but they got in it and they grabbed his arm. Sometimes they feel that, so they will roll out because their wide receivers is not getting open quick enough.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's a good thing for them to do it, and sometimes like towards the end, a lot of times even the commentators, when I would say it in my head, but the commentators like, remember he was like, you shuffling left and right, you messing up. You know what I'm saying? So too much of that sometimes you can throw a wide receiver or you might miss a throw, or is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I think what happened on that time, because even they said that, and I agree with it. I think at that time he had so much because this was one of the disappointing games that Hurts ever had played, and I think Hurts, you already know Hurts been so much good with level-headed and so much poise in times, and I think this was a time that level-headed went out. I think it actually got to him. I think for how the whole game end up happening, that last interception.
Jalen Hurts being level.
That last interception that caused him, that did it, that got to him because the type of what it meant and what everything. So when he went out there, I think it was just so much pressure and so much on his mind. That's why he had his feet planted. He wasn't doing things. He just trying to like, I gotta make something. Instead of holding himself. So I think that's what happened when he did. Because if it was at any other time, he would have never shuffled over to the left. He would have stayed in. He would have threw that ball time in for.
He definitely got out of character for sure. We are not running the ball that well. The O-line injuries really affected this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
talked about it. Like, that was a small portion, but that was a part of the problem because that pressure did interrupt, made the little things a little bit more complicated and with the run. But at the same time, we can't so much say the running game if you saying Swift only getting 8 to 9 attempts.
He only had 9 carries for like. So at the time, he had 8 carries for 21 or 27 yards, something in between that. But still, man, like I said, our identity for real is running the ball for real. You know what I mean? Like listen, if we can't throw the ball, we run the ball. We can't run the ball, we throw the ball. Like, and I feel like we got enough in our arsenal to either you got to pick your poison with us. I feel like we played right into the hands of how they wanted us to play. Period. I mean, like you said, they've been calling it out all week. You know what I mean? And the fact that I don't know, man. It's something not clicking between Jalen Hurts and everybody else, or everybody else and Jalen Hurts. It's something that's not clicking right now. Like I said, the numbers are like the numbers between AJ Brown. He had this is 400 something yard game. But don't let the numbers fool you, bro. Like it's something that's not clicking. Yo, defensively, something is not clicking. James Bradbury getting smoked. He getting cooked. He getting cooked out there, bro. James Bradbury is getting cooked. It's no Darius Slay out there. Eli Ricks got injured. Reed Blankenship got injured. You know what I'm saying? Our pass rush ain't the same like how last year was. You feel what I'm saying? Like our linebackers is soft. Every time they ran the ball, it's through the middle for real. You know what I mean? They're not really doing no sweeps on us or no tosses. They run it through the middle. When they throwing the ball, it's through the middle. That middle of the field is so weak now. I said this last week. We had TJ Edwards, we had CJ Gardner, and we had Kazay White. I'm not saying that they can't be beat, but they fit our system so much that our defense complemented each other from the back end to the front end. Nothing ain't meshing right now. Even though I guess even if you want to say offensively, nothing is not meshing right now. Something is going on, and we got to fix this now because the role, the rest of the schedule. Is all dogs. It's all dogs for real, yo.
It is. And I agree with you with that. Like when it came to this game, we went away to on our identity. We still finding it, but we still had some we had one thing of our identity is either running or passing. Being a run first to open up the passing. And like we always say, when it comes to playing us, you gotta pick your poison. But it seemed like this game we didn't look like that. If we were having a hard time getting the receivers, if the pressure was coming, why this couldn't be another game that we couldn't pass and just run it. We couldn't pass, or why was we continue to do something that was not working? Like if we good on both sides, then be that good on both sides. We couldn't. Something was going on with the pass, and the receivers dropping the ball, all right, so let's go to the running. That's what we usually do, right? Yeah. When we can't pass, we run. We can't run, we pass. Why did we didn't do that? We having a hard time passing? VC is dropping the ball, so we're gonna continue to let them drop back. We're gonna continue to let them go some passing. Like we're gonna continue to this second half, we gotta get deep balls. We gotta do like why is you continue making these receivers going vertical, making these receivers doing? Why is it not 5 yard 5 yard to 6 yard slants and corners and outside routes, something to keep the chains moving? Why?
I feel like as well as Jalen Hurts got out of pocket, I feel like Brian Johnson was scrambling with plays too.
Yeah,
because it was one time when he was just I think it was 3 plays back to back. He ran Jalen Hurts, and I'm like, I'm looking like, he really scrambling for plays right now. He don't know what to do right now. He don't know how to handle this position. He don't know what to do, and it showed. Especially, let's get to the point that you was making in the beginning, especially when there was a minute and 50 seconds left, fourth quarter, and he made Jalen Hurts throw the ball. Run the ball. It wasn't no third down or anything like that. He threw the ball, caused the interception, and that caused the game. You didn't have to throw the ball. You didn't have to call that play. You could have easily handed it off. It wasn't third down yet, and even if it was, oh well, though.
Even if it was third down, and he did a running play to eat up the clock. I would have been okay with that. Like, why you punt the ball, get our defense enough. We was getting them off the field. Get out decent enough to stop them again. Like, I would rather that than throwing it on a first or a second down when we trying to eat up the clock and get an interception. The passing wasn't working. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, it's just so much common sense in it. Like, I don't get it. And the Jets almost cost the game. Like, some of these coaches, I don't get these coaching these years. Like,
they gave us the game so many times, and we did not capitalize on it. And listen, it doesn't get better because we got a track team next week. We got a 4x1 track team next week. You think our weak ass quarterback talking about? You think our secondary gonna handle them? They already getting smoked by our secondary be getting smoked. You feel what I'm saying? You think we're gonna handle Miami like that? How are we gonna face adversity? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hill and Waddle gonna have a field day, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like Hill will have a field day regardless. Period. Yeah. I just don't see us like, I don't know, man. Like I said, our defensive front is not the same as last year. I'm not expecting it to be, but at the same time, we just don't have that type of defense, though. We just don't. Yeah. We're very vulnerable in the middle of the field. We're very vulnerable on the secondary. I just don't right now. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie. All of these wins that we got so far wasn't convincing wins to me. So this right here, yes, I'm shocked. Yes, I'm hurt, but it isn't a surprise to me because we haven't won in a convincing fashion from week 1 all the way to week 5. Now it's week 6 and we lost. It's not a shock. I'm hurt. Yeah, I want to win. I want to be the only undefeated team, like you said, for at least a week. Yeah. But it's not a shock because we haven't really won convincingly from week 1 to week 5.
Well, I mean, it was. I feel what you kind of what you saying, but it still was a kind of shock to me just because I understand the games that we played before wasn't a convincing win, and we had to dug it out and crawl and make sure and come out with a win. But at the same time, I felt like after the last game dealing with the Rams, I felt like Brian Johnson was he fine. He's figuring things out. He's doing what he's got to do. Finally, moving the chains, doing his check down. So I'm like, okay, he's dialing in some plays. So I thought that was going to lead into this game, and even probably got even better because I saw progress. Like when I see progress, I'm like, okay, he got no choice but to get better. I'm like, okay, going to this Jets game, he's like, okay, he's gonna dial in some more plays. The offense gonna be in being clicked, And then I'm like, yo, I guess the Jets have the Jets defense is good.
It's good.
But I felt like they didn't versus the offense of dynamic and versatile as us running, passing it, Hurts running. We just had so many things of how we could control the game, but they just didn't. Like in my last video, I also said, I'm like, listen, this because I kind of predicted it was gonna be like 30-17. I look like a little craziness, like So, but I felt like that because when I thought how we can control, but I also say after I did my score prediction, I said you already know the NFL though it's unpredictable. It goes any way because that's how it's gonna be. And that's what happens. Yeah. He didn't the way he dialed in from the Rams game, he didn't put that into this game. Mm-hmm. He started out with that in his first half, and then he just went away with it. Like why? Yeah. It's just so much common sense. I felt like I could have coached that. Like I was like, I really felt like that.
It was so simple, bro. It was like, but like we said, give credit to the Jets. You know what I mean? They played a hell of a game. Their defense was, you know, listen, their defense was on one today. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not so much of their offense, but towards the end, you know what I mean? They was doing their thing, like Breece Hall. You know what I mean? He was running that shit towards the end. Like let's keep it a band. Their defense stepped up, man. C.J. Mosley. You got the Williams brothers, you know what I'm saying? I think they both had major impacts in this game like that. They was without Sauce Gardner, you know what I mean? They was without Sauce Gardner. We was without Darius Slay. I don't think that Darius Slay would have made a difference in today, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, it is what it is, man. We gotta chalk this up, man. You know what I mean? We
gotta chalk this up, move on to the next. That just now on we got a couple of games. These games is meaningful games. Hopefully we could still prove some. I mean, not so much proving. We don't got nothing to prove. We just got to stay focused and do what we got to do. But hopefully we could show something for ourselves, not for anybody that we got something. That loss we did was just a loss we needed to happen. Now we got a chance to just show that we could dial up something in. It's gonna be hard because of the team that we're gonna play, but it doesn't mean that we can't do it. We can show what we got with these gauntlets that we got coming up. So
I feel like we got exposed though. I feel like offensively we got exposed.
I feel that too. I feel like we kind of got exposed to show what we was lacking in the other games, but at the same time, I feel like we got exposed to a extent. Reason I feel like it's a extent, I feel like it actually showed in this game. Yeah. But like you were saying in the beginning, it wasn't nothing that you didn't kind of already know. A lot of these stuff that people already saw, the problems that was coming, we kind of thought that it was progressing, it was getting better.
By game.
But then we took a step back out of nowhere. Yeah. So that's why I felt like we slightly got exposed to the fact that it showed what we was lacking in this game. But at the same time, these were things that we was having an issue with the play calling, with the connection, you know. But I'm more disappointed into the offense more than with the defense.
Because
you already knew.
We held them to 12 points, you know what I mean, until the very end, and then that's when they scored. Yeah. But eventually, the defense was going to get tired because they was busting their ass the whole second half. Yeah. They was doing their thing the whole second half, and eventually they was going to get tired. We held them to 12 points all the way until the very end. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like you said, I'm more disappointed in the offense because we got an AJ Brown, we got a Dallas Goedert, we got a Devontae Smith, right? Yep. Devontae Smith. We got a Jalen Hurts. Look at our offensive line. We got a DeAndre Swift, a Kenny Gainwell. We have these power players, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's no excuse. Like, y'all got exposed. And the only reason I say they got exposed because this tape right here goes to everybody else who we got to play in the future. Yeah. Oh, how can we shut the Eagles down? Yeah. That goes to the Bills. That goes to the Miami Dolphins. That goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. That goes to the 49ers, the Cowboys.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? As well as we got tape on them, but they can have a better game plan for us going into, like you said, when we can't run, when we can't throw, we could run. When we can't run, we could throw. We didn't show neither. We didn't show neither.
But that's the reason why I feel like it was a slightly exposed on the fact is because that's the tape will go out to all these and they will see, okay, this what happened, or this is what we could try. But at the same time, we didn't really show them really a what's the word? A standard, a exact game plan for they could go off. Yeah. Our game plan could switch up any other time. You know why? Because what we did today wasn't really our game plan. Mm-hmm. That's why we lost.
Yeah.
We didn't show our game plan how we supposed to have came. We didn't do like what we supposed to have done. And now they can say, okay, if we take them, we could take if we could make them one dimensional, then that's what could happen. Like they could try to say that, but at the same time, that's been our pause of okay, if you could take one thing out and make us do one thing, but that other thing that we're gonna do it. Y'all can stop. Can y'all stop both sides of the field or both sides of the game plan wise? Can y'all stop our run and our passing at the same time? Can y'all start our quarterback run, our regular run, and then our passing at the same time? Can y'all stop all that at the same time? And that's been an issue of how a lot of teams can't do when they play us because they have stopped one, but then we be successful with the other. This game, we didn't do that. They stopped one, and we continue what we were on the one that they were stopping. We didn't even give our other side a chance to do anything. So I feel like that having still showed so much, and we still have that in them. It's just about everybody got to come collectively, and it starts like I know it probably sounds like I'm always blaming on the coach and I'm always blaming this and that. Don't get me wrong, the players have to get blamed. Everybody gets that, but I feel like it starts in the head because he controlled with the game and the momentum and the motion of the game. Your play calling controls it. You can stop a lot of momentum and a lot of flow because of your game calling. Now you put your quarterback in position to try to do different things. Now the flow is different because that's not the game plan that it's supposed to be.
But
and I feel
it can be the game plan if we get in situations like this when we got to start forcing shit.
Yeah,
that can be our MO because Brian Johnson, he haven't really showed me anything. He haven't really showed me that the proof is in the pudding yet. He haven't really showed me that, we can be consistent at doing this. Until he shows me that for real, like every game, that right there, what we displayed tonight can be our game plan, and that can send a signal to everybody else, like, yo, this is how we can stop him moving forward. It's up to him to respond to it, and I don't know if he's strong enough to respond to it. I don't know, man. Like I said, from week 1 to week 5. It wasn't anything convincing about him, period. Like, oh yeah, now we got an offensive coordinator who can draw some. It wasn't nothing convincing. So now with this loss, it's like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I always wonder why did we actually give up Shane Steichen anyway? Like,
nah, he
wanted to leave.
He got an offer. Hey, we're gonna turn that down. You know what I mean? Jonathan Gannon got a
okay.
Honestly, yo, listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I know we all hate Jonathan Gannon, right? He did a better job last year.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did like both coordinators did a better job than what we got now. So that right, listen, sometimes you think the grass greener on the other side, but it ain't. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want somebody out, but then when you get somebody new, listen, at my job, we wanted every new supervisor that we wanted out, the new one who came in was way worse than the one we just got rid of. And we like, damn, we want to go back to that one that was way less worse than what we got now. Yeah, that's what it is. So I mean, listen, we missing a lot of players, man. Like,
I can't wait to see these the interviews.
I want to see. Yeah,
I mainly want to see. I want to know what Nick gonna say on because him being the head coach.
They're gonna say everything politically correct.
I want to see after that. I want to see Brian Johnson. Then I want to see the South third, and then I want to see Hurts. Like, you know, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not on his back a lot. I'm sorry, I just not impressed by him right now, and I want to see Brian Johnson. I want to see what he gonna say. Like,
I'm not. Who you not impressed by?
I'm mostly not impressed by Brian Johnson. I want to see what he gonna say.
I'm not impressed by Jalen Hurts.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying the percentage wise. Who are mostly is one to no questions from, and that's Brian Johnson. If I had the chance to ask him multiple questions, you be the first person I want to hear what is going through his head. But I get you, like Jalen Hurts, like what's going through your head, like what's up, like you know, because that last drive he didn't prove what he's supposed to prove. Like he got two out of pause, and I always say. I did say I didn't like that play calling by Brian Johnson at the end, but at the same time, you're a quarterback. If a coach put up a bad play and maybe you didn't audible and you hike the ball and you see it's not working, why force it? Yeah, it was a bad play calling, but why force it?
That was a force.
Why force it?
And then the commentator saw it. He was like, cornerback right here, linebacker right here, and you throw it right here. Wow. You shuffled your feet and you threw it. Why would you throw that ball? Period. I'm not, listen, man. this season so far, listen, this is just me, my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by Brian Johnson. I'm not impressed by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I'm literally not. Like, Jalen Hurts has some good games, but it ain't to where it's like wow, like last year. And I'm not trying to compare this year to last year, but he set the standard last year, and that's what I'm imagining him to be this year. Yeah. Especially with what we got on the offensive side. I'm just not seeing it this year. I'm sorry, bro. Like, he got 8 interceptions already, probably 7, 8. Something like that during the season. Yeah. Come on, bro. Like, he probably got like four fumbles during the season. I'm not impressed at all, bro. Like, I'm not impressed. Honestly, I'm not impressed by none of these teams. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really dominant like that for real. But just focus on the Eagles. I'm not impressed by Jalen Hurts or the Eagles. I'm not impressed by Brian Johnson. Yeah. Sean Desai. I'm not impressed by none of them, bro. None of them. Like, I don't know if we could play better. Moving forward, I don't know.
All we can say is up to them. That's all we can say. We can say that it's up to them. That's all we can say. Like, it's no more like, yo, they gotta figure this out. They did they
definitely gotta figure it out, man. They gotta figure it out.
We supposed to have went into after the bye week. We supposed to have went into that at least what? How many more? 2 more games? At least.
No. We got 6 games. We got
it's 2 more games before the bye week.
Nah, we got bye week 10. That's our bye week. Week 10. Yeah. And then after that, week 11. That's when we play whatever. But yeah, week 10 our bye week. Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn I looked at it, but yo, I want us to be undefeated before we play these games, because we gave our season record. It said we feel like we could be 13-4 or 14-3. Us getting this loss by the Jets, it could easily be 12-5.
Bro,
it could be easy to be 12-5.
Yo, man, On to other news. Another undefeated team. Well, another team that was undefeated that came in to week 6 or whatever like that. They lost today. The 49ers had lost to who they lost to?
Oh, they lost to the Browns.
The 49ers lost to the Browns. Pretty much a similar way or a similar score like us. You know what I mean? They lost, so nobody's undefeated no more. They got an L in their record. We got an L in our record, and we both lost to teams less than. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Jets is less than the Eagles. Actually, this is their first time beating us ever in history.
Man, we allowed them to break that record, man.
We allowed them to break that record. You know what I mean? And the Browns right now, the Browns is less than the 49ers, and they lost too. So nobody's undefeated. Next week we got Miami, and we're wearing the Kelly Green jerseys. Hopefully we can bounce back. I don't know how that game is going, but we still got to analyze this, man. I actually want to, like I said, I want to do this all 22 thing, man, but that's $100, bro. I don't know if I want to pay that $100. I just paid $56 for this NFL Network junk.
But I told you we gonna handle that.
You know what I mean? We gonna figure it out. Look, this the bar right here. Is it week 10?
Okay. I forgot about the Cowboys before the bye.
Yeah. So the remaining schedule is.
That's what I said. I thought it was 2 more. It's 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more. It's Miami, Washington, Cowboys, bye week.
Yeah.
So this right here is crazy because you know Commanders always play tough. Everything after this game is tough. Miami, Washington, Cowboys, Kansas City, Bills, San Fran, Cowboys again,
even the Seahawks,
Seattle.
That's an easy rest is gonna be good.
Yeah.
The Cardinals sneaky.
The Cardinals sneaky.
It depends on a day that the Cardinals could cause they did
like this. By then, I don't think we need to really play Jalen Hurts like that for real.
Well, it depends on how we do with those gauntlets. Right?
Yeah, that part too. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then on top of that, you don't want to. If we make it to the playoffs, you want to get Jalen Hurts some type of reps too. Exactly, you know what I mean? Because if we do end up winning the division and we get that bye week, you want to at least, you don't want him to have too much rust.
Yeah.
Going into the divisional game, you want him to at least get some reps going into the last Giants game and everything like that. Tough loss, bro. Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough, man. But you know, this something that we're gonna have to eat, man. We're gonna have to eat. We're gonna have to take all the criticism that come with it, because you know, it's gonna be criticism. I'm talking about ESPN. I'm talking about Shannon Sharp. I'm talking about Chad Ochocinco. I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. I'm talking about The Speak. I'm talking about Skip Bayless. You know what I mean? I'm talking about people at my job. I'm talking about customers. I'm talking about my mom Dukes because she was that It's gonna be the whole week. The whole week, you know, and listen, and next week ain't gonna make it better.
I'm glad I'm out of work because I don't have to hear nobody at my job.
Next week ain't gonna make it better. Let me see. People at work who don't know ball are gonna say Eagles suck tomorrow. Y'all be all right, bro. Y'all still a top 2 team in the NFC. Nah, that's a fact. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, the people that don't know ball though, they still get to you because you mad that they don't know ball.
Because our team allowed them to give them something to see You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. So the people who don't know ball, you get mad at them because like, yo, if you really knew ball, you knew that we good, we still Gucci, but you don't know ball, you really ticking me off right now because you don't know. So you calling us trash, but why you call it? Do you know why we do? You don't know it. So yeah, y'all get what I'm saying, bro. Y'all get what I'm saying.
Like it was, like I said, this game was the identical of the Commanders game last season. Like we shot ourselves in the foot because we had so many opportunities to win this game, so many drop passes, touchdown passes, you know, just so much stuff that would just interrupt our win. Like it was one of those we beat ourselves type games. Like it was just the same thing last year at the Commanders when we lost that game. It's just like we had to have one sloppy game of the season. And to be honest, that's how it be every season. Like every season we get one sloppy game. Even when we had Carson Wentz and we had that good season, we won the Super Bowl. Like that's we won the Super Bowl. We had a sloppy game, and that's when we versus the Chicago Bears. No. Yeah, I think it was the Bears we played that we had a sloppy game with. And like they was fumbling and all that, but we won.
When we won by a field goal?
I think we won.
We was in the playoffs and we won by a field goal.
No. This was in a regular season. This is the game that when we won by a field goal was when we lost. We didn't make it to see. We won by. No, you're talking about when we won. When they missed the field goal. Is you talking about that?
Yeah. When they missed the field goal.
That was 2018 season.
Yeah.
18 to 19.
And after that we played the Saints. Outside Jeffrey done fucking. Yeah.
So I'm talking about the season before that. We had a sloppy game, but I'm just saying it's like we at least have to have one sloppy game of the whole season. Yeah. And unfortunately, it came at the wrong time. Like I would hope.
It probably came at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. No, get that out of.
Yeah.
So it'd be like that.
It'd be like that, man. But yo, man, we about to get into this music thing right now, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please let your peoples know. Please let your family members know that we is on here. Stay tuned in for more Hype Fan Eagle talk. You know what I mean? A real recap between me and him. You know, he gonna do his video. I'm gonna do my videos. You know how we give it up during the week, man.
Yep.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. Hit that cash app right there, man. If y'all want to donate to the gang, man. You already know, man.
Very
Gang. Oh, there we go. Okay. We back. All right. We gone.